Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Sarah Shazad. Welcome to CxO TV, a channel of CxO Global Forum, where innovation meets ideas for growth, share knowledge, and connects corporate across industries. Joining us today, Yousaf Eashai, CEO, Touchstone Communications. Very good evening, Mr. Yousaf. How are you today?
Good evening to you as well. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Saira. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you very much. You have taken out your busy and valuable time for us and be a part of our show. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Yousaf, we want to know who is Yousaf, something which is not on your LinkedIn profile, which is not anywhere mentioned. So we want to know your personal journey, how it started.
Personal journey. Okay. Well, if you ask me who I am and what isn't actually mentioned on my profile is I from a very deep place within my heart. I'm a people person. I love people. I love the people that surround me. I'm blessed and fortunate to have uh, a an A grade category crew that surrounds me. Whether you call it family or you
Right.
call it my workplace, I feel that I'm blessed that I have so many A players around me, if you want to call them that. I go to if you want to call them my wife, my parents, or my brother, or my kids, they're all A players. Same goes with my work colleagues. So I'm blessed. As far as my work journey is concerned, my work journey is a very long and interesting conversation, but I don't want to take too much of your time. But I'd like to tell you that
We want to
it's a
know.
sorry.
We still want to know a bit of it. Can you just walk us through?
Okay, sure. So I joined Touchstone Communication back in 2004 as a customer sales associate, which was an entry level job at that time. At that time, it was something that was very new. Odd hours was something that was an abnormality. Most parents usually fought the idea of you working at a call center, but I went ahead and joined the company. Um, my father owns a textile mill. He used to pay me about 10,000 rupees, which was about 2,500 rupees every week, is what he used to pay me. But it was my own business, so it was just something that he used to pay me. Uh, and I just asked him for a raise, and he didn't give me a raise. So I thought, hey, let me just look at my options. So Touchstone at that time was offering 12,000 rupees, which was 2,000 rupees more than what my dad was offering to pay
So
me,
that
and he
was
was.
the motivational point.
Yes, and that's what my motivation. And 12,000 rupees in those days was a lot of money. I didn't know what to do with 12,000 rupees, and I just found the opportunity and I came in and I as soon as I joined the organization, the culture was amazing. It put shackles on me. It was as if I got drawn. I was drawn into the culture, and I loved working at Touchstone Communication for I wouldn't say a very long time, about a year and a half or so. But because I was still doing my master's from ComStats University, I had to
Right.
pursue my education. So it was a short-lived journey. I parted ways with Touchstone Communication, and then pursued higher education in London. I am a British citizen by birth, so I moved to London. I spent about 10 years in London. My
Right.
forte was to help small to medium-sized businesses um, move their or create offshore facilities in Pakistan. So I've successfully built offshore offices for small to medium-sized businesses for
Right.
US and UK-based companies, which are small to medium-sized. When Tom Sloan, the ex-CEO of Touchstone Communications, he reached out to me back in 2017. He required a consultant, so he saw my name. He called me in, and he wanted to bring me in as a general manager. I provided him solutions to at the time, which he said he looked at as problems, and he brought me in as a general manager, and then I transitioned from a general manager to a CEO. He passed away, and then I actually had to fill his shoes. So here I
Right.
am today.
Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Hopefully, I
So,
summarized it. I took out all the exciting bits from it.
okay, that's great. That's great. Wonderful. So, Yusuf, how is Touchstone different from other contact centers?
How is Touchstone? It's a great question. I get that question asked all the time. Apart from the fact that we're like a father figure to all the contact centers here in the Twin Cities, at least. We've been in play for nearly 20 years now. But what really sets us apart from everyone else is uh, the level of skill set that we have a great talent. From a people perspective, our people are A players. They are problem solvers. And I mentioned to you earlier when you asked me, what do you feel? Who's Yusuf and all? I keep on saying the same thing. I can't emphasize enough as to how blessed I am to have a culture of A grade people that surrounds me, that are go getters. They get the job done, and that's
Hmm.
how we're different from everyone else.
Right. So you think you're blessed with A players, or you have to train them also?
Well, blessed and fortunate are, strong words. A lot of people say that those are words that usually come from astrologists. But yes, it's a constant. We constantly work on our people. We have a very robust culture of learning. We partnered up with NUST Islamabad, where we engage and develop our people on a very regular basis. It's something that we've embedded in our culture to make sure that we train our people as much as we can. We at Touchstone Communications don't really hire people. We believe in adopting people. Once we've hired you, we will take 100% responsibility in your success. It's an adoption, as if we will not let go of you until or unless you just plan to say, hey, you know what, I've had enough of you. We'll do anything and everything that we can to put in as much as we can, our heart, our blood, our sweat, and tears into it to make sure that you're becoming successful. It's an entry level job, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that we enable our youth, because they're young individuals. They come from different backgrounds. It's our responsibility as Touchstone Communication, as a father figure, to make sure that we point them in the right direction. We're not saying at any point that it's a career for everyone, but we are saying that we are the best entry level job providers who can enable you to a career ladder in the near future.
Or they find growth, at least?
Growth is a very complex term. There are types of growth. There's horizontal growth, and then there's vertical growth. Horizontally, uh, we believe that horizontal growth is meaningless, and vertical growth is what's really important. When I say vertical growth, that means improvement in skill. Um, we need to make sure that the skill development process of our youth needs to be constantly worked on. We're working very closely with the government sector, with the youth minister in particular, to make sure that we, as a company, are doing our part as a socially responsible organization to make sure that we help not just our organization, but the Twin Cities or the nation grow vertically in terms of skill set.
Right, right. So, Yusuf, I always wanted to know that what is the difference between call center and contact center?
Well, that again, that's a very elaborate conversation, and would usually take 2 days for me to get into the meat and potatoes of it. But I'll try to um, summarize it as much as I can.
Please.
A call
Yes, sure.
center, the basic difference between a call center and a contact center is the level of level of AI and human interaction put together. As in,
Right.
if you have machine learning and human interaction put together, and their systems and processes are integrated, that's what really is truly called a contact center. A call center
Con-
in general is just uh, a a big group of people that are able to provide you with telephony services, which could be telemarketing services, or on the phone sales services, or marketing services. So that's a oversimplification of what the difference is between a call center and a contact center.
right, right, right.
Hopefully, I
So,
got done.
yeah, yeah, you have explained it very well, and inshallah, our viewers must be really enjoying the conversation right now, because actually, I'm generically asking you the the differences which usually we use words in our daily life, but we actually don't know about it.
Right.
So that's the thing. So tell us about a project that forced you to be innovative and creative.
Forced me to be innovative and creative. Well, there were a lot of projects in the past, but like every other company, I'm sure when COVID hit, that
Right.
really tested everyone. And I'm not the only one who wants to take credit for it, but It really truly uh, brought out our resilience as business people to see how we can survive in an environment that was literally killing businesses. So during that time, we were given opportunities where India had tapped out, Philippines had tapped out with different projects. A lot of our clients had asked us to scale up because they were not able to provide services, and we a as a s- as an organization that believes in sustainable and scalable business solutions, we went forward and we provided them with very successful business plans that allowed them to scale their operations. I wouldn't say that. Uh, I would say that it wasn't actually beneficial for both the Philippines or Indians in any way or form, but we really brought in real good business during that time, just because of our resilience and our ability to put uh,
Right.
all our ducks in a row in one go. And again,
Right.
I contribute. I owe that to my team. My team was
Of
just
course.
literally spot on.
It's a teamwork. True
It
that.
is. It is.
Absolutely. So, what is the future of contact centers in Pakistan? How do you see it?
I believe it's growing, but it's grown horizontally. It's growing horizontally. So yes, there are a lot of contact centers or call centers opening in Pakistan, but again, it's horizontal growth, in my opinion. Everyone has the right to their own opinion. I do believe that it still requires a lot of work when it comes to vertical growth in terms of skill development. Skill development is key to our nation's success.
Hmm.
If you talk about Touchstone Communications, we've been in business for the past almost 20 years. We've brought in no less than $50 million till date into that's our contribution in terms of foreign currency that we brought into Pakistan. We've touched over 10,000 lives in terms of job creation, but I still believe that there's a lot that we have to do to contribute towards Pakistan's growth and the contact center's growth by investing in a learning culture, making sure that we're developing skill. We should move towards not just a BPO. A BPO was a business process outsource, but a KPO model where it's knowledge outsource processing, where we're now looking towards enabling our medical staff, our
Yeah.
legal staff, and skilled resources can be put on the phone as well, and they can virtually really make our nation shine. And that's what I feel is the potential is there. It's just that the synchronization is what's required.
Yeah, because I have come across many people who have started their own call centers. So, is it that easy?
Uh, if you're just looking, so there are two kinds of people who actually start a business. There are people who just do it for the sake of money. I always, when I sit across the table from someone, I also act as a business coach for different contact centers where we provide
Right.
them with consultancy services as to how you can successfully um, scale a business. Everyone can open a call center. It's not really difficult. Can you run a successful organization is what's really important. Can you really help build enterprise value? Can you really help your shareholders also um, create wealth, if you want to call it that? For that, your why needs to be compelling. Touchstone Communications has a bigger why than just making revenue or exports and imports. What we believe is we're enabling Pakistan's youth. Where our tagline is enabling youth. So we want to enable our youth to be the best conversationalists, the best communicators that are available in the market today. Now, the
Right.
skill set that they bring in is an added plus. So if you have someone who's by profession a lawyer, we can put them on the phone, and he or she can then provide legal services off onshore, and that's just something that can easily be done, but it just requires again that level of integration.
True, true, very well said. So, do you think that business of conventional call centers has gone down because of CRM and tech? If we
Not
talk
at all.
about,
Not
all
at
right,
all. This is my opinion. I think good call center work is still required. A grade call center work is still required. Human interaction can never be taken away. I have a
Right.
big background in the hospitality industry. No matter how much automation you would bring in, that human touch is what each human being craves. I've told you this. I'm a big ambassador of loving the people that are around me. So I have high hopes that people like me just want human interaction. We want to touch and feel. We're tangible. I myself pride
Agree.
myself in being an analog guy in a digital world. Maybe you can call me that, but still, I still believe that human interaction is really important. And when humans talk to each other, the conversation is more pleasant. It's more meaningful. It's more intimate, and it gets a lot done. Your brand speaks a lot highly when you're not speaking to a machine, and when you're speaking to a person.
Yeah,
That's my
but
opinion.
your stance is there that the digitalization and technology is basically eating up the jobs.
Not in our sector. It that hasn't happened in our sector. At any, yes, there are integrations, but we've used it to our advantage. I'll tell you a little about how we've used it. So how we've transitioned from how we were a call center to begin with, and how we've transitioned into a contact center. In the
Right.
past, we were basically big on lead generation, where we would just provide you with marketing services, and it was a very labor intensive uh, process where a kid would take calls to an extent of about 300 to 400 calls, and then they would come across about 1% of those people would be prospects, and then they would convert those into sales. However, what we
Right.
did was we integrated machine learning into the system, and we recognize that business as Touchstone Analytics. What that does is it creates an even scorecard, and it allows us um, to really get machine learning into improving the customer experience, how we can
Right.
redact sensitive information such as social security number, date of births, or any form of sensitive information that you might come across during a call. And then we have data analytics that would then allow us or our clients to make better business decisions. And
Right.
that's how we've really enhanced the process without losing jobs. So that has we've really worked our way around it, rather than uh, admitting to the fact that yes, AI is going to take over uh, human
Exactly.
jobs.
That's the common perception these days that humans will be eliminated and it will be AI doing
Right,
everything.
right.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't believe that's.
really, okay.
I don't. Maybe I need to watch Terminator again, but that's I don't think that's happening anytime
No,
soon.
it's, Stephen Hawking. He also said that humans have to leave Earth because it will be AI, which will be a destruction for humans. So we have to
Right.
keep that in mind also.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, right, right. So, what message you want to give to people who want to come into call center business?
I believe that it's a great market to be in. The only thing that you have to make sure is that you come into this market like any other business. You have to come in with the concept of learning. I would encourage you to do your research, speak to professionals, not just any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Before you make that decision, it is your children's inheritance that you will be investing into a business of which you at some point would be leaving them behind. So do your research, get involved in the process, get your hands dirty, understand the ins and outs and how the business
Right,
works. And once you have a grip of on how the systems and processes work, I am confident that you'll not only enjoy but you'll love uh, the industry itself.
right. Very well said. So, lastly, I would like to ask you that what utility you see being a member of CXO Global Forum?
I think it's a great forum for C-level executives to collaborate. I, for one, have really been able to connect or found solutions to a lot of problems that I usually come across. I'm not a techie myself. I'm more of a business coach. So when I need any technical guidance, I know that there's a forum where I can go and I can get some of the best heads in the game engaged in a matter of a heartbeat.
That's the motivation behind it, that's the idea behind it, and that's the mission behind it. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much, Yusuf. Definitely we will call you again in one of our show, and thank you very much for your time for us.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it again. Thank you.